For more, Gregor von Medeazza from UNICEF joins us now live from Maputo. Thanks so much for speaking to us. You know, it would have always been a challenge for Mozambique to deal with a storm like this, but just so short a time after Cyclone Kenneth, how challenging is it now to carry out rescue and recovery operations?
Thank you very much indeed. It is really the first time in recorded history that two strong tropical cyclones have hit the country in the same season. At the moment, the rescue operations are still ongoing and the assessments are also determining the amount of damage caused. But the best estimates that we have right now is that indeed more than 35,000 homes have been destroyed. 5 health facilities, maternity wards, 75 classrooms, having an impact directly on about 180,000 people. About 90,000 of those are children, some of the most vulnerable, poorest children in the country.
And from what we're hearing, you can't even say that the worst is yet over. So what will need to be done in the aftermath of this storm to try and keep people safe and help them begin to rebuild their lives?
Indeed. So teams, in fact, are already deployed, and the fact that the two cyclones hit so hard the same country in such a short period of time, maybe the one good thing was that a lot of teams were already on the ground, working still in the southern regions of Sofala compared to Cabo region now hit. So we had already a lot of people readily available on the ground, and indeed in advanced emergency teams on the ground from the different partners, including UNICEF, and we were able, therefore, also to ship, pre-position some of the most life-saving essential supplies already to the affected area as the cyclone was hitting. So the preparedness element really played, so to speak, in favor. But of course, the extent of the damage is humongous. We've been suffering, as many partners, from really a lack of resources, a lack of funding. The Idai cyclone, as the attention was moving away from Mozambique, the appeal that we had, the needs were only about 1/4 funded. And now Kenneth is really bringing an additional strain on the fundings and on the resources that are available on the ground, despite all the efforts to remobilize a lot of those resources to the Cabo province now.
Right. And while you're struggling with limited resources, you know, scientists are warning that because of global warming, these are the kinds of disasters and extreme weather that we are likely to see more of. How do you prepare for that? What kind of precautions can you even take?
So a lot has to do with indeed preparedness. A lot has to do with rebuilding now back better, as we are indeed still in the acute phase, but already planning for the next phase of the aftermath of the cyclone, and ensuring that systems are put in place for the preparedness elements to be better equipped for people not to be relocated to areas which are conventionally flooded. So a lot of efforts now, a lot of lessons learned are coming also from those two events. But at the moment, we're still very much in the acute phase. We are still struggling with now tens of thousands of people still in the two regions that are affected. And as said, UNICEF has an appeal of $102 million US for the Idai cyclone, quarter of which only has been funded. So the needs are huge, the resources are scarce, and a lot has to be done in the next few days if we don't want to have a catastrophe on top of an existing emergency.
Okay, Gregor von Medeazza. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us from Maputo.